Ooh.
All right, let's do this. Let's sing. That's who. Wait, are you good, Ramo? Okay.
Start.
Me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever come back. So it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. So it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the old ball game. Wow.
You took that pitch. You took that pitcher out of the ball game.
So
Oh my
happy
God.
that didn't break a computer. Wow, that was awesome, guys.
Oh,
we made it big.
Look how long he went for.
Oh my God. He's
think we-
pissing in the office. He's
dragging
not wearing,
ass.
He's not wearing any clothes.
He's eating other people's food.
Oh,
goes and chills like
damn.
nothing happened.
That's what happens when you have an office dog, guys.
Damn it.
He might wee all over the floor a little bit. That's okay.
Dude, that's a trail.
Wow.
That's 10 yards.
30-foot trail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
that's
see it
hilarious.
disappearing into the
Yeah.
darkness right now.
That is wild. That
Going
is
through the
wild.
doorway.
Yeah, yeah.
Louis, I gotta take you out.
Lou,
I guess
I don't
not
think you have to
anymore.
anymore.
Yeah, no,
Not
we're
anymore.
good. We'll throw some water.
That's
on
like
it.
20 of his leg lifts.
That's insanity.
Here,
Damn.
Yeah, it's,
yeah,
A little
yeah. Some holy water on that.
I got a little bit.
yeah, you know. May the power of Christ compel you, Louis P.
Literally.
Got a little lemon, little bit of lemon in there.
There we go. But
Well,
back on topic.
Oh,
We're back.
Episode 24.
Episode
24.
freaking
You know what
four.
that means?
Kobe.
Kobe.
Yes, sir.
And I think he fits in with this episode a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So,
Definitely
I mean,
does.
let's introduce ourselves and we'll get into the topic.
Yeah. So my name is Thomas McCauley. I'm the head of partner relations. To my left, I have.
Frank Grizzly Lawando, the COO.
Frankie D, CEO.
At BOF, Director of Banking Relations.
And now, once again, introducing the number 1 A team in the world, Lexington Capital Holdings.
Wow. I heard something about Lexington Capital.
What'd you
I heard they won Best of LI.
One time?
I heard they won 2
Twice?
awards.
Oh.
Yeah, not one, but 2.
That's
Oh,
great.
Yeah, yeah. No, this one.
This guy right here?
No, that
right
one.
here.
That one. That one. That one. And that
right
one.
there.
Yes, sir. And that
And
one.
this one.
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
one.
sir. But on a real serious note, so yeah, Lexington Capital Holdings, our firm, we won Best of LI, Best Website-Based Business on Long Island, and Best Financial Advising Business on Long Island. So I think that's very impressive, guys. So
Amazing.
congrats to yourselves and congrats to this team, because that's very impressive. You're 2 in business, to be quite honest with you, beating out a lot of other Long Island firms.
Yeah.
And I think one thing Stephen B said on the financial advisor aspect of it is that our clients don't just trust us, to access them financing and consult them on their business, but they even trust us with their financials, right? And helping them pick, kind of just and route them to the best situation scenario for themselves, maybe personally or for their business ultimately. So
Yeah.
I think it's very impressive.
And for anybody that doesn't know, because obviously we're national, Best of Long Island, Bethpage, it's the number one, number one, what do I call it?
The
Credit
award.
Number one board that offers these types of rewards. Like there's some little ones out there, but Bethpage is the number one
It's
most
the granddaddy
renowned.
of them all.
Everybody on Long Island absolutely knows.
Yeah, 100%.
With any Long Island shop, if you don't see that, you know they're not the best. You go in, you're getting the best sandwich, the best auto
It's
repair,
true.
the best
You know when you
lawyer.
walk in and you see that
Yeah.
plaque at a restaurant, you're like, all right, we're gonna have a good time tonight. We're gonna have a good time tonight. And I mean, and they flex it, and I don't blame them. I mean, we're getting
Yeah.
our plaque up tonight or tomorrow or whatever. So I'm really excited about it. And then the other award that we won, like I said, was the best website-based business.
Yes.
Why I think that's so huge for us is because we're an online lending marketplace. Is like kind of like our basis, like our bread and butter, right? Compared to a lot of the other stuff that we do. So the fact that we won the best website base, so that means that obviously we have a beautiful website. That means that people are purchasing and buying our products and services online, and they're making it. And apparently, which we know for a fact, we're making it very easeability and just easy for these business owners to obtain capital and obtain consulting services and obtain digital media marketing services via online.
Absolutely.
So
And I mean, realistically, that's the biggest thing in the new up and coming financial scene is online based, those swift, the ease of access.
Yeah.
They don't have to go into a place to go and do anything. They
People don't
have
want to
take
talk to
time out of
people
their day.
nowadays.
No.
They do, but they don't. You know, it just depends on the person. Like, there's some clients that will fund all the way through text or through email. I'd say the majority is phone call, but I think maybe 10, 15 years from now, the majority is going to be probably text.
Yeah.
I know. With email probably coming in number 2.
Before I left insurance, Lemonade, it's a big company coming out. It's literally just go online, put in your stuff, and you can bind yourself a policy in 5 minutes.
Wow.
You know, but like with my brokerage, we had it on board, so like it was nice for the home policies, whatever. But like that's the way it's going. But like stuff like insurance and your finances, like yeah, you could go online and do that. But like having someone that you can call and talk to, like I personally think that it's never going to go away.
Yeah, it won't. It won't. There's always going to be old school people like us who want to speak to a human, because I feel like you even like the connection like through voice is just more like, and I judge people. I mean, we all judge people, right? I'm judging the guy right off that first like hello, you know what I mean? Like also just like knowing and hearing the verbiage that he speaks about himself, like his products that he sells, his industry, his field, and maybe even knowing a little knowledge on our field a little bit. I think goes a long way.
100%. Yeah. You know, there'll always be an agent in life. You know, it's just someone you could talk to.
Jake
like
from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm.
Yes, sir. He'll always be there.
Yeah. Even our reps, you know, like we
Discount
like
double
hanging out
check.
with them.
Yeah.
You know, like in our meetings, like we have a half-hour meeting, winds up being an hour and a half because we're just BSing with them.
No,
for a
it's
little
true.
bit,
It's
you know?
that human appeal, and like people purchase from people that they like. At the end of the day, like number one, it's the person who's going to execute for them and get them the best deal, the best price, the best product, the best service, and he's the expert. And then number two, it's I like you.
Yeah.
You know,
I say all the time.
I like you.
I like you.
You're a good
People wanna
guy.
do business with people that they want to go out and get a drink with.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think in 10, 15 years, my avatar is going to be in this person's living room. My virtual avatar just in their living room.
All right,
you
so
know?
just sign
Who you on
here.
the phone with right now? Oh, it's Appio from Lexington. Oh, what's he wearing?
Take off those goggles.
His avatar's wearing khakis.
Babe, I could show you. I'll show you.
Here, put the goggles on.
Look, he's in the living room.
Look, it's Appio. I swear.
Lose his wife to a
It's like, this is the 5th time this week you've been talking Appio at night.
He's really pesky. He just keeps calling me.
He's a great guy. He's from the land of Little Strawberry. How can I deny it?
You gotta take a special road to get there.
The Appian way.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I mean, besides winning Best of LI, which I'd love to touch on again, I mean, this guy just keeps shining at me from the light.
Yeah, so
She's glaring.
This was
It's
a long time coming. Honestly, it's something that we wanted to get when we first moved in the office, but obviously a lot of other expenses, came afloat and stuff. So. This was a great addition to the team. I think the viewers are gonna love this, and our team loves it. It looks great for content. It's just real. I'm in love.
I like walking
I'm
in,
in love.
and that's the first
Yeah.
thing you see.
Walking in, just seeing that.
It's so cool. It's just so like ferocious, you know.
Yeah.
But
Like
see-
you see that walking into like a corporate building. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel.
See that
so.
at a bank.
Yeah, you see that at a bank.
That's
That's
what happens
exactly
when you have the whole
that's how
top
the
floor.
idea came
Yeah.
from. I walked into my local bank. I was like, that I want it.
Grizzly.
I'm like,
Tentative.
Chris, I want it. Tell me the price. I was like, yeah, I don't want it right now.
Not right now.
But,
but it's
yeah,
awesome.
no, it's a great addition to the team. I mean, he's practically an employee now. He's taking up a lot of space over there.
He is. Overlooking everyone.
Yeah.
Fills in the wall nicely.
Soaring
though.
Eagle.
It
Yeah, it
does fill in
does.
the wall nicely, and our logo is just very powerful.
It is.
in
so
general.
cool. Yeah.
The reason why I picked the logo was because I'm obviously very patriotic, as everybody knows. The bald eagle represents America, and that's kind of the biggest reason why I picked that. So
The
just
club's
so
where you
everyone's
want to take
yeah.
Lexington worldwide, baby.
aware. Yeah, it's true. Prestige worldwide.
Wide.
Investors?
Possibly you.
No, I do love it. Like the eagle
Invest the Lex.
with best Lex. But like the eagle with the Lexington name, it just,
Yeah.
it does something. to
It's
it.
strong.
A little backstory on the name of the company as well, because I don't know if we've ever even spoke about it in the podcast.
I don't know if we have, actually.
So I was just sitting down. I'm a patriotic guy again, and I was just sitting down, just reading famous battles in United States history, and the Battle of Lexington and Concord popped up on my phone, and I was like, Lexington. I was gonna name whatever Capital Holdings, no matter what. I had that just in my brain, engulfed. I don't know why. I just wanted it, and then I just needed that word before, And then I saw Lexington and Concord. Thought Lexington was badass. I think it rolls off the tongue really well. It's patriotic. It was a big turning point in the American Revolutionary War. So,
Yeah. I
Makes a
think
good fit with
names
us.
with X's in it just stand out more.
Yeah, and it goes to show the underdog story too of America back in that time, and that's ultimately like what we are too. We're that underdog story in our industry, in our space, and the world and life. We're a bunch of neighborhood kids who shouldn't be running a multi-billion-dollar company, but we are. Not that we shouldn't, but it's like all the odds were against us.
Yeah.
We're formidable to do it. We're way more than smart and capable than most other people, obviously, and that's why we're doing it, because we execute. But definitely the odds were definitely stacked against us.
And that just makes it all the more fun.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
You gotta love being
I
the
love
underdog.
being the underdog.
It's the
You
best.
get-
It's
there's
the best
nothing to
person
lose.
be.
There's nothing to
Yep.
lose.
No.
It's like maybe some people making fun of you, but I make fun of myself. So
You have to.
yeah,
You
It's
can't make
true.
fun of yourself. You can't make fun of other people. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
And we definitely make fun of other people. Anyway, guys.
Anyway, speaking of underdogs, the
Yeah.
freaking Yankees won today
Yankees!
on opening day. Let's go.
Yankees!
I'm not even
I
a
love
Yankees
that
fan.
jersey.
Yeah, this is a very nice
thing's
jersey.
nice.
This is a very nice jersey. I got it from Game Day Threads.
Game day
Game day
threads.
threads.
Game Day Threads.
Yep.
You guys need a jersey. They're gonna get you the best
gonna
bang
be
for your
right here on
buck,
the
the best
video.
quality.
Game day threads.
Hit up my boy Marty. Great job, Marty. You make
Yeah.
quality jerseys. He supplies the whole office. I've probably bought 20 jerseys in the past 2 years from Marty.
That's what happens when you're a
So-
Giants fan.
Yeah, we go through a lot of different players. I got like 4 Saquon jerseys. Those are all not with us anymore.
Rip.
Yeah, rip. So
Lost to Philly.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, love that, but
One thing with the Best of LI too, Chris, sorry to cut you off,
No, no.
is that we had the dinner the other night.
yes.
The Best of LI dinner was
Yep.
really cool. So all the winners got invited to a dinner. Where was it again?
It was in New Hyde Park at the New Hyde
New
Inn.
Hyde Inn. Yeah, it was a really good time. So met a lot of cool people, good networking, dancing, fun times. We were definitely probably like the younger people, if not the youngest in the crowd. So
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool, just looking at all these Long Island professionals, and like everyone's definitely looking at us, like how
Yeah.
they would normally look at us, like. Wow, like who are these kids? What do they do? Like everyone's always very intrigued at us because
Yeah.
they see some dapper dons in a very nice suit, right? But like they're in their mid-20s, so it's like not a lot of kids dress up like that
No.
or look the part or speak that way or present themselves that way. So like, what do you do?
And win awards.
And
Yeah.
and that too. And most of those people there won.
Not to mention too, the way we always roll out to events, like we have a camera crew that comes with us. Like
That too.
like,
That too.
Remy's behind
Remy
the scene,
accompanied
like
us,
doing
yeah.
it awesome. Like we're walking around with a guy like with a professional photographer just for us, and like literally no one else has that. You know, it's a
No,
statement.
yeah, it is true. It's true.
It's cool stuff.
All our events, we always have, the marketing team, Remy and Taylor and Brandon, come
Gotta have
hang
them.
out with us, network. Because, well, for one, we have Lex Media. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's always big. And I know Remy spoke to a few people about that the other
Yeah.
day. Obviously, we're known for our media, and we launched that a few months ago. So that's stuff that we want to push. And, you see a bunch of rock star superstars getting followed around by a camera crew all day long. I'd start asking, too,
Yeah.
what they do for their media, because that's pretty cool.
My my favorite one was when we went to Insignia with Phil.
Yeah.
And he was just like around with the camera, and like you could see from like all the other tables, like all the rich people just like
Yeah.
like peeking
Yeah,
over,
yeah, yeah,
and we're just
yeah,
having
yeah.
a great time,
I
like
know.
sparklers coming out of our giant dessert, and we're just like, yeah, lemonade.
Yeah, no, that was so
And
cool.
the dude's just sitting back there, like peering at us.
Kids.
Yeah, these goddamn kids ruining my.
I
life.
work 30
these
years to take my
TikTokers.
wife to Insignia once a week.
Probably a bunch of TikTokers.
Yeah.
Never even downloaded it yet.
No, I don't know if either way,
YouTubers.
When we finally went outside, we were smoking the cigars, and there was the dude there
Yeah.
with the girl. He was so mad that we were there. It was just a
Yeah.
bunch of young kids, and we sat
Yeah.
down. He was just like, instantly, just like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like, bro, like, come
You'll
on.
He was
definitely-
outside doing his thing also.
You'll see our
Yeah.
presence when we go places.
It was
for sure.
funny.
Can't miss it.
Mm-hmm.
No, literally can't.
We definitely make it known when we walk into a room. But hey, all publicity.
It's
good
good
publicity.
publicity. Yeah.
That's what they
So,
say.
Yeah.
Unless you're Diddy.
Let's talk about some other current events.
Yeah.
Opening day. Opening day. We got March Madness. Some of the team went down to the Duke and UConn game
Yeah.
last Saturday. So myself and the VP of Sales, Ryan, went. That was a really good time. We watched UConn and Duke kick some ass. Both could see. I think both of them will be in the Final Four, and I'm a big Duke fan, so that was really cool to watch at the Barclays Center. And another thing was cool is that I bought one ticket, and I'm being for both games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you
we
were
got to
saying
see.
that.
It was a 2-for-1.
Oh,
And they
that's
were
cool.
expensive tickets. You know,
Okay,
it
yeah.
made
It better be a
sense.
2-for-1, yeah.
It made
I
sense.
don't know
But
if they had twofers on them.
yeah, no, it was really cool. It was a good time.
Funny
Well,
thing
double
with that
header.
on Sunday, like while you're at the game, like you like we normally talk on like Sunday throughout the weekend, so it's like Sunday. I like didn't hear from you at
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
and like
yeah,
I sent you
yeah.
a text. I'm like, oh, he's so mad at me. I don't even know what I did. Came in Monday morning. I'm like, oh, nice Duke shirt. He was like, I'm at the Duke game on Sunday. I was like, oh, that's why I didn't hear from you.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Ryan, he was betting.
yeah,
he was
yeah.
betting, freaking out while I'm
Oh
just
my
just
God.
cheering, cheering like a normal fan.
Dude, if I'm gambling with him,
he's
like,
like a guy in Vegas.
he's got to be in like another location if I'm gambling with him because he's
Yeah.
just so on you.
I
It's
know,
like,
I
dude,
know,
dude,
I
like,
know.
I know we're winning.
He's so extra fired
So,
up.
yeah, I know.
We went to go see the Giants and the Seahawks game, and he had like a bet on DK Metcalf catching the first touchdown.
Yeah.
While we're in the Giants section, and he's dripped out in Giants gear, DK Metcalf catches the first touchdown,
I
and he
know.
just jumps up in
I
excitement.
remember
was
seeing
like,
that.
oh my
Yeah,
God,
it's like, dude, come on.
Dude, even at the what was it the Yankees game we went to, Yankees versus Marlins, he
Oh
just took
my
like the
God.
over
Rays,
six.
right?
The
It was
Rays,
Rays.
yeah. He just took like the over 6, so he's just like yelling, cheering for anyone scoring.
I know, he
Everyone's just
stinks.
booing at him. He's like, I just need the over.
Shout out to Ryan.
Big shout out.
Shout
to
out,
Ryan.
Ryan.
God keeps
you're
it
a dog.
interesting.
He is
You're a dog. VP of sales right there.
Right? Great guy.
It's true.
Episode 24.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this episode.
Four.
When was he episode 4?
That was at one of the earliest episodes.
Yeah,
It
I
probably could have been 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could make a whole lot of
Right?
sense.
20 later, and you're not here.
Yeah.
Why, Chow? Why?
But
Speaking of the best of LI, let's get into the topic of speaking about just winning in general.
Winning and success, baby.
Yeah, let's talk about what it takes to win. What's a winner to you guys? Maybe a winning story. Who wants to go first?
I mean, to
I'm
me,
still-
it's somebody that when you get their back against the wall, you don't want to be the person on the across from them. Like growing up, if you can't put a Fragletti's back against the wall. I know you can't put any of your guys' back against the wall because if you're across from me while my back's against the wall, you're all screwed. We're all screwed. You got to have that grit. You just can't stop. It's all the stuff that people say all the time. You fall down 9 times, you get up 10.
It's true.
Shit, I'm finding a way to get up an 11th time.
It's true.
Right? You just can't stop. Can't stop. Can't stop. Can't stop. Execute. Execute. Execute.
That's it.
That's all you can do.
I think like my idea of a winner too is not even just not stopping, but like never being mentally defeated. Always having that mental fortitude to just be like, F it. Like I don't care. Like horrible things are happening, everything's crashing down around you, and you're just, it's gonna be fine. I'll find a way to make it fine. It can't be bad forever. You know, that's kind of a winning mentality that I feel like a lot of the population just does not have. You know, things go bad and it's woe is me. Why is this happening to me? Without actually asking yourself, why is it happening to you? Because most of the time it's you.
Yeah.
And you don't like to think about that. But once you do and you internalize that, then you can execute upon it and change everything. Yeah. So I think it really is heavily on mentality. Without mentality, it's really not that Mamba mentality.
It's true. It's true. Mamba, baby.
Shout
No,
out
it's
to
true.
Kobe.
And that's a big, good reason why we got the 24th episode going right now, Kobe.
Yeah.
I always say in the morning meetings and to you guys that a winner to me is just somebody who's just lost a bunch of times and then they just decide to try 1 or 2 or 5 or 6 or 11 extra times than the next guy and then ultimately just brute force their way to just victory, right? So, you know, you're never going to – every winner lost, right? You don't just start out winning and it never happens. And if you do, you know, usually when you do take that first loss, like it really like punches you like in the throat and you don't realize. So for one, it's kind of like what you guys have said, a mixture. It's just not giving up until you finally get that win, right? I like to say that winners 90% of the time they're losing, right? 8% of the time they're contemplating their life, their career, what they're doing every single day, wondering if this is the right thing, if you could have been doing something else, like thinking of just horrible stuff. And then 2% of the time you're sitting back driving your fancy car, eating your fancy dinner, going on fancy vacations, and that's what everybody sees, but they don't realize that what winning is really just like you're really just a loser, but you ultimately just didn't allow that to, you know, make you ultimately.
You know, looking back on that losing topic, I don't lose.
Just winning.
At least in my head, I've never lost. I've never freaking lost. In my head, I can't think of instances where I've lost. I just can't. Has it happened? Yeah, probably. You guys can probably call it out. But I've convinced myself I don't even know what a loss is.
Yeah.
Don't even know what the frick it is.
Yeah.
I know what a lot of learning lessons are. I do not know how to lose. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, realistically, whatever you call a loss is just another avenue that you found. You know, the door might have closed, but you never were looking that way because this door was open the whole time. Now that door is closed, so you look around, and there's a whole better opportunity right there, right in front of you that you didn't even pay attention to until whatever you were doing that obviously you weren't meant to be doing is now gone. Now you have access to what you were supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah.
One thing I think about the winner, it's you guys are talking a lot of mentality, and it does branch into that, but like just the discipline. You know, like being a winner is very disciplined. You know, you got to put in the steps, do the things, and keep at it because discipline does break into the failure. But one thing that I think separates it is just the habits that come in with discipline. because you know, like your mentality's great, but like you got to keep the mentality. But once you build those habits, that's your discipline. You know, like the waking up early, the reading the books, the the work you put in. Like, you know, you're one of the most disciplined guys I know. You tell us all the time, and we see it physically. You know, here till 1 o'clock in the morning, you're back here at 6 a.m. Like it's a discipline. You can't do that like just on mentality. Like it breaks into the habit. You know, like that's what really strives, you know, into a winner as well.
I think I lack a lot of discipline.
You lack a discipline.
I disagree.
Man, I personally, I feel like I do.
I disagree. I mean, you're out here working very late every single day. You're here. You're reliable. You know, you put in pain more than anybody else in this office besides me every single day. So I'd say that's discipline, bro. Because at the end of the day, it's not something that you want to do. You know, it's something that you feel like you have to do. That's almost how you have to train your mental. Like you have to feel like this is what you have to do. And like I tell the guys that like if you're not going to sleep at night, like wondering like, oh, if I could have did this way and then that way, and like you just don't care enough really, and you don't care about growing in your growth. Right? The people who are always like winners are always worried. They're always wondering like, how could I have done better? Like what if I did this and this? Like could that have led to a different correlation and stuff? So
it's like I feel like I didn't do enough. I could have done more. There was more I could have done. I think having that mentality
that's good. Yes,
plays into a lot of winners. You look at somebody as an outsider. Joe Schmo looks at this person right here, and thinks that they're doing the freaking most. Holy shit! I've never seen somebody do something like that. But that person right there, that winner, in their mind, they're not winning. They're not doing nearly enough. Meanwhile, they're outworking every single person. That's how I personally feel. Is that similar? How do you feel like that sometimes? No, you have great what's the word? Confidence.
Yeah. Confidence is honestly key when it comes to winning, because like at the end of the day, like if you don't think you're gonna hit that last shot at the buzzer beater, like don't take this shot, man.
Pass it off to Kobe.
Yeah, exactly. Pass it off. And that's to bring up Kobe too. Kobe brought up a really crazy point to me one day, because everyone knows Kobe was a ball hog, right? It's like this guy never passed the ball. Like I always felt that way too, and like everyone even thought he was like a little bit of an a-hole for that. But like he said something once, and he was like, "Listen," he's like, "I was in there at 4 a.m., 6 a.m., and then I had 2 practices, and they finally all showed up at 9 a.m. and that was my 3rd practice that day. And then they would do doubles, but I would do 4 or 5 practices a day. So it's like, why would I pass it off to a less formidable dude? Not that your skill set's even less than me. It's just the fact that you just didn't put in the grit, the work, the effort, the time. Like, why am I going to pass you the ball? I'm going to hit the shot. I've shot 1,000 extra shots a day than you. That's 306. That's whatever. 365 times 1,000, dude. Like that's 365,000 more. I'm sorry, shots than you a year, man. You know what I mean? So
you can tell about that compounding interest. You know.
Yeah, it's true. And like with life, it's not always about the big wins, right? And like if you're seeing big wins at first, that's usually it means that it's too good to be true. Maybe you know what I mean? Like you. Basically, like life has these bags of blessings. I tell you guys this all the time, right? And then like if you work hard enough and you stack up enough small wins, the life is just gonna drop a blessing bag down to you, and then like you'll be like, wow. You know what I mean? Wow. But I tell the guys and stuff, it's not like if you work 1 extra hour a week, or you work an extra 10 hours a month, or like you've been working 80 hours for the past month or two. Like that's not how it works. Because at the end of the day, there's guys like me who are working 100 to 120 every week, just out manpowering you. You know what I mean? Like you can't even catch up, brother. No. So it's impossible. And that's another thing too, is just putting yourself in the most positions to be successful, right? Just working more hours. Like I feel like I come across like the greatest like triumphs of our company, which I know I do, from hours 6 p.m. to like 1 or 2 in the morning, right? So like if you're just putting yourself out there more to lose or fail, or to just try new things, or to gather new information, like that's gonna help you win too. And also I feel like winners are always the most prepared in any situation. Right, and that's why I tell the guys, like, and that's why we come in early to work, because we need to prep for our day. We need to prep to win, right? So you got to know where everybody's at in your sales pipeline. You got to know who you're going to be reaching out to when, what clients you're leaving, alone for the day, and who you're going to be on top of, what emails you're sending out at what times, what texts you're sending at what times, yada yada yada. Yeah. So,
which clients are we delegating back to the guys who brought them in, back to the openers?
Yeah,
I have a hard time delegating back to the openers, because I have that Kobe mentality where I put in
because
X
you're
amount more.
Yes, and like at the end of the day, like you know more about the program. Obviously, you're way more well seasoned, right? So like you want to take that last shot, and like that's a confidence factor, and that's ultimately why when people start at this job too, sales reps, they're not that good. It's more just because like their confidence factor like isn't there. You know what I mean? Like in sales, if you just say something very confidently, You know, you could move the client, and also he could feel that you're an expert. Because if I was saying all this stuff like like you guys, like I would be, you know, you wouldn't believe in me, right? It's my boastful voice. It's how like I believe in the words that I'm saying, right? Is what's making everyone believe in myself and me and what I'm saying.
Yeah. It also really comes down to you genuinely believing in what you're saying. You genuinely believing in your product that you're selling. You know, you can't. I mean, you could, you know, be overly confident about some BS, but eventually it's going to slip. But if it's like passion straight from the heart, there's no way that you're going to slip. Like even if you slip, like you said, you slip and say the wrong thing, it doesn't matter because
You just
the
catch
message
yourself
is still
with
the
a
same.
joke, dude. You catch yourself with a joke, or you be so smooth and nonchalant about it, it passes right over the merchant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't care, and everybody's human, and like ultimately, like my failures and mistakes on the phone, like I love using that to like crack a joke because clients and merchants like hearing jokes. They like laughing through the day. They like seeing other people screw up. Like that's human, right? They don't want a body guy. You know what I mean? Like you want to be sweet as sugar pie, and when you make your mistakes, you own up to it. And I don't know. Clients like being real. They like realness. They like you caring. Like you want to know how you earn a client's business. You show them that you care about them so much before you even earn the business. And then they'll be like, wow, Frankie's really fighting for me. He really wants to earn my business, you know, before he even got my business, right? He's not making $1 off me, sending all these emails, following up all this much, you know, sending me articles about my industry, you know, giving me tips and tricks. You know, he told me to get QuickBooks. He hooked me up with this lawyer, this accountant, you know. This Johnny who sold me the loan a month ago didn't do any of that for me. He sold me the loan and I didn't hear from him since. Yeah. He called me the other day. I told him to go scratch. I work with Frankie now.
Never even said congratulations.
Yeah.
And like especially with business owners, because I mean being a business owner is so extremely stressful and difficult that they don't laugh throughout the day.
No,
for the most part, they're pissed.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
just putting out fires.
Yeah,
they're just putting out fires, and they get one of us on the phone, and they get a little. Like it's funny. Like Frankie was like one of or Appy over. Like they'll say a joke, and it'll be kind of quiet, and then you'll be like, "Yeah, I heard you laugh. Come on, that was funny. I know I got you." And then you hear him like, it's like, "Yeah, I got you. Come on, grumpy." And then it's a completely different conversation.
Man. Business owners are people. You know, they're everyday people. Just they're the face of the franchise. You know, like the thing is with small, medium-sized businesses, like, and you guys know because you guys see me, it's like we wear every hat. You know what I mean? We have to be everywhere. We're our accountant, we're our marketing team, we're the CEO, we're the sales team. You know,
the managers and the micromanagers.
We're buying the products from the vendors. It's everything until you could start delegating some tasks out. And like me, like you guys already know, like I don't necessarily do all that, but I'm still involved with it, right? Yeah. So even when you start, like I'd say we're a medium-sized business at this point, right? Even when you're there and you're delegating tasks, like you still have to manage it and look over it and oversee it, or it could possibly crumble. And you got to make sure that you're putting the right people in the right situation that could succeed, and you're putting them with their strengths and, you know, guiding them and always giving them advice and talking to them and putting time and effort into it. So
it's huge because, like, at the end of the day, you know, being your company, it's your vision. You know, so you want to make sure your vision
and everything falls on you
properly. Yeah,
everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. You know.
Speaking of everything falling on you, one side tangent I want to go on: the whole they make all this money, tax them more thing. Yeah, but the second that company fails, all that money's gone. You know. Sorry, I didn't mean.
I mean, small and medium-sized businesses make up the most of the economy, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we pay our taxes for damn sure. Yeah. We make the economy flow. We give jobs, right? We're making this shit. We're making the world go around.
What was it, like 60 or 80%?
60-something% of people are employed by a small business.
Yeah.
Yeah, Americans. So that's a cool stat.
It is.
And in my opinion, like, the best job for somebody, in my opinion, is somewhere where obviously they can make a lot of money, they have a great work environment, and they like the people that they work with. And I'm going to be honest with you, like, you'll never necessarily get that at a corporate place, right? It's a small mom and pop shop business that's grown to be a big company that, you know, the work environment's really good. And ultimately I'm describing Lexington right now, right? But like, bro, it's just like once you get to a certain type of corporate, it's like we all know. I mean, you've worked for corporate. I've dove into the corporate world a little bit, like, because I got my MBA from Stony Brook, so I went on interviews. You know what I mean? Like, I talk to people, and I deal with a lot of corporate guys now. I mean, we deal with bankers, like we know what they're like, right? Yeah. They're definitely not like us. And they definitely don't like their jobs or their lives as much as we do, and we make more money. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like the trifecta right now. I feel like the Bulls triangle offense right now. You know, we got Jordan, Rodman, and Pippen. I'm Phil Jackson, and you know.
But no, I mean that is real because, like, I mean, I worked at corporate. It was a restaurant, but it was still corporate.
Corporate sucks.
I also worked at I did the the power home remodel.
And everything's so slow
Oh, yeah.
in corporate too.
Dude, that was so weird. I was 18 years old. I was the youngest person that this branch ever hired. I had to go on 3 interviews, and then just door knocking was so strange. Especially since they were putting me in places where no one owned homes.
Yeah.
So I'm going, and by the way, it's a good company. Like they make good
Yeah,
products.
that is definitely a
real
good
solid company. Either way, besides the point, I'm walking around in khakis. In
Tom khakis.
Yeah, Tommy khakis, running away from pit bulls, like knocking on doors, and the people are like, "I would love new windows, but I rent." Like, my landlord would not do this, so like I'm knocking like a whole day of walking and knocking and running from dogs, and everyone's like, "I'm sorry, I rent," and I'm like, "Can I get me somewhere where people own the houses at least?" So I can,
Family
like,
that owns a house.
have a fighting. Where's the landlord's house? Let me go talk to him.
Like, you're sectored off in this separate neighborhood.
Yeah, everyone gets like a different neighborhood that they go to. Like I went to Queens one time. I had
Wow.
I had actually success in Queens. I was shocked. I figured everyone there would rent, but quite a few people do own
Their property.
homes in that area. But then like I was going around like honestly like local towns like Brentwood and Wyandanch and Center Reach, and most of them rent. Yeah, it was like shit. Like that's not what I expected. Realistically, it was like
I feel like in
big
Queens
renting
they're almost
demographics.
like England in a sense, where like people in England they pass down their house for generations.
Probably.
I feel like
Those
that's
things are $1 million houses, and it's this big.
Yeah.
You're
Same
getting
in-
that
same
thing
in
passed down
Queens.
to you. I'm not buying that for funsies.
same
Like,
same in Queens and everything and everything like that.
That's what I'm saying. Queens,
Yeah.
like it's $1 million and it's that big. Like I'm not buying that for fun.
oh yeah, but the
No.
corporate sucked,
That's one thing to bring up is New York City's a shithole.
dude. It sucked.
It's a shithole.
Can't
I went
even
to
be a woman
Boston,
walking down
and
the street
honestly, I had
nowadays.
a
You can't be a
blast.
woman and walk down the street. It's disgusting what's going on. Law enforcement's not respected.
Kathy Hochul sucks.
Kathy Hochul's not good at what she does. Lee Zeldin should have got elected. Not that everything would have changed right away, but you know,
What
we
if I
need somebody
find a
who's on
chance?
law enforcement's side. Like cops got to go back to being cops. You know what I mean? Like we need law and order. That's ultimately what it comes down to. Like a guy who has 21 arrests should not be on the streets of anywhere. You know what I mean? Like go to jail, man. Peace. See ya. Cashless bond or whatever that BS is. Like no, that's not happening. You commit a heinous crime. Like see ya, dude.
Yeah.
Peace. So we need way better leadership, obviously, and it's not going to happen until we get other people in here. But
I mean, like El Salvador did it. They went from literally the most dangerous country in the world to the safest in like a couple months.
yeah,
Just different leadership. And it was
yeah, you just it all comes down to leadership. You know, with us, obviously, we're destroying ourselves from within. It's a little tough right now. That's a whole other like topic and situation story.
It's also
It's
super
not a
hard
topic
here.
for winning.
Yeah,
No,
it's not a topic
it's
of
how to
winning,
win.
but New York used to win. New York used to be the greatest state ever. I mean, everyone, you know, you said you were from New York. It's like, and now people look down on New York.
They're like, oh,
Yeah,
ew.
it's like man, like
How'd you make it
it's
out?
absolutely crazy. And Long Island's a little different in that sense. Like we're definitely we definitely think a lot
Yeah.
differently from people in the city, and we have a different outlook on things. But at the end of the day, what's trickling down from the city is now trickling out here, and that's the ultimate problem. And we don't want to deal with it. And we're not
because like New York goes like red, blue, red, little bit of blue.
We're
red.
all red. It's just the city's blue.
and
Yeah.
the city makes
That's
up
it.
more than half of us.
Yeah, that's
So,
it.
You ever go upstate?
So
Nothing but red. It's a whole different.
yeah,
world.
There's like
yeah.
a little blue.
All
block.
those guys want to do is just
Yeah, the colleges.
Yeah.
work their
Yeah.
jobs, drink their beers, you know,
Yeah,
shoot
shoot
their
their
guns,
Drive their trucks.
drive their trucks, you know,
Farm
Man, I've
their
been
land.
watching Yellowstone
Going
lately.
upstate-
have a family,
That's
and
it,
that's
man.
it.
Like I'm telling
They're
you, going
simple
upstate
guys.
and going to like South Carolina was like the most American I ever felt.
That's the
Yeah.
blue.
It was so
the
much
yeah.
fun.
white
Yeah.
picket fence dream when you go to those places.
America.
Bro, no, like when I say literally, so it's snowing. My friend David has this like a snow, like a snow plower.
Yeah, snow
like the
plow.
little like machine that
The
like
push
sucks
one?
up the snow. Yeah. And it's like it's like electrically
blower.
powered. So like he just lets go of it and he's like sliding on the snow. I'm walking with his cousin. His cousin's got a gun on his shoulder and an ammo rack. I have a shotgun and we're listening to Metallica. And I'm smoking a cigarette, and it's like I literally like stop for a second. I'm like, "What's going on here?
Where am I?
This is New York.
This is why I
Like,
say God bless the USA every morning.
it's just a place like nothing else where you
When are we doing it, Frankie?
have a
When are
great
we
time.
doing what?
When are we doing it?
And I'm proud. So that
No. When are we moving to a more American state?
Oh yeah, I mean that's definitely a good question. I could see it by like year 5, the latest,
The
like
day
the
Lex
very
goes
latest.
remote.
Yeah.
Lex Tex,
Yeah, I could definitely see us in Texas, North
Lex
Carolina, you
Tex.
know. So
Carolina would be sick.
You know what I
Texas,
mean?
North Carolina, Florida.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I could
Florida would
definitely
be
see
sick.
it.
I heard Tennessee is a booming state right now, when Wyoming
Yeah,
is
Tennessee
actually on the up
definitely
and
is.
up.
I could definitely see us getting another office. I mean, we're going to be a publicly traded company. We're going to have thousands of employees, so we're going to need another office.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll have
At
our New
least
York
one.
branch. I mean, there's a lot of people who work for us now who would still want to stay in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm so like
I just love New
indecisive,
York.
man. It's just like I love New York. I grew up here. Like I don't want to leave here. Like we make the money to stay here. That's not the problem. It's just I don't want the issues trickling from the city to come here and affect like our family and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
What's amazing is that we can make the same amount of money, but be in a cheaper state as well.
Yes.
Eventually.
Yes.
That's
it's
going to
true.
be
In our
neat.
field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everyone has the luck of that and has the luxury, because if you're a police officer and wherever else you're making like half of what a New York cop's making, and that's not even the correct dollar amount that they should be getting paid right now. It's disgusting what they're actually getting paid.
Yeah.
But
you go and it's comparable pay, like because Kai, working here in the union and then going to like South Carolina in the union, it's totally different. But you can
totally
live
different,
in both places.
So we're blessed, and that's
Really
why I always
are.
say get into sales, because it's like you can always just go pick up, move somewhere, and sell a product and make a ton of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So our industry, we're blessed too. But like I would just say, sales in general, you could always, if you have that skill, you could always just pick it back up again. You could move to Florida, not know anyone, go pick up a local car salesman job, make 100, 200 grand a year. If you know how to sell, get back up on your feet, then do whatever. Maybe find a better product to sell, or whatever the case may be. I don't like car salesmen for a multitude of reasons. I think that they don't sell correctly.
They're not winners.
But I would never work in that industry specifically, because if you think about it, they're so limited in the amount of people that they could sell to. So say like you work at competition BMW, you have maybe like as far out east as like the Hamptons, and maybe as far out east as like Queens, people are going to come to you and pick up a BMW, right? You can't sell to anybody even in a different state. Say you even have all of New York State. Someone will drive down from upstate New York to go see you. Regardless, doesn't matter, because no one from New Jersey, Florida, Texas is going to go see you. So you're so limited in the amount that you could sell. It's like how much foot traffic's really coming through that door.
Andy Elliott is screaming
My,
right now.
my thing.
Yeah, he's pissed. He's pissed, but
It is what it is.
all right.
Small cat.
let's call it what it is.
Come on the podcast and let's debate about it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, let's debate
Andy,
about it.
Andy, come
How
on.
you get more people in your car
Car
in your car
sales
dealership?
pipeline?
How you get more people in your car dealership, Andy?
Not having
I also
Andy.
have never really heard you pitch. Honestly, you talk a lot about being the best salesman in the world, but I've never really seen it.
You're just calling out Andy right now.
Andy, no.
I love your energy. I love your tenacity. I love your fire. I love your passion about life, and I love the way you think about marriage. But I'm
Sell me
definitely
this car.
I'm definitely a better salesman than you.
Sell me this car.
Yeah.
This car right here.
Right here.
Right here.
My thing when I was a car salesman,
Oh, yeah.
I was.
They don't
I'm
sell
gonna have an
right.
episode on every job Appio's ever had.
Should we do that in that segment?
Just coming with a
No, but
bucket full
when
of
I was a
props.
car salesman, I was recruited by an owner of like number one dealership on the East Coast, sometimes in the country. Literally recruited at 18, and I was a good car salesman. I was a pretty good car salesman. A couple of months in a row, it was the 2-3 months in a row, I won highest commission per single sale, and
Oh, you're an
I quit.
upseller.
I quit very shortly after that third month. Very shortly after, because I could not put my head on my pillow at night. The only people, the way that you win that is you screw somebody over, and the people that you can screw over the most in that industry are the people that are already doing the worst.
Yeah.
They're already in
The most
shambles.
vulnerable people.
The most vulnerable people.
Yeah.
You can your back end guy, the finance manager. He can tack on an extra X amount of points. I can negotiate or not negotiate between me and between me and the sales manager. Like, just could not put my head on my pillow at the end of the night. And it's a completely different world working there, and then working here. Because we genuinely help people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We genuinely help people. They want our product, and we don't have to bang them over the head.
That's why we're the best of LI.
That's why we're the best of LI.
And that's why we sell with like a very more consultative approach. I feel like car salesmen are just like so like in your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like just take a chill pill, man. Sit back.
Relax.
Let me look at the car. You tell me the cool features of the car. You be educated. You be an expert in your field. Ask me about what I like, know about what I do. Maybe you study me, and then other than that, shut your mouth, and then if I want to buy the car, I'll buy the car.
Just let me look around.
You know what I mean?
If you
It's
get
as
me on the
simple as that.
spot, if you spot me, good for you. But I can
Yeah.
I can get spotted pretty easily.
Yeah, 100%.
Easily sold.
Yeah, except for that guy at Bob's Furniture.
Such an impulse buy.
I got out by the skin of my
He's
teeth.
still waiting. He's still waiting for you to come back, App.
Shoot, I just bought nightstands. I gotta return them. They suck.
And then go back to the guy at Bob's. He's
Yeah, I
waiting.
bought them from Wayfair. I feel like an idiot.
How was
They suck.
Wayfair? Is it good quality? I've been looking at
It
stuff
took
over
me
there.
2 hours to build,
Oh, it's
and
like IKEA?
I worked construction for many years.
Yeah.
It took me 2 hours to build.
Wow.
One of them.
We built this city.
Hey.
Let's get back into winning.
Yeah.
Winning.
One winner I
Yeah,
want
we-
to talk
we
about.
went
Winning
on cra-
feels good.
We went on
does.
crazy.
I
tangents.
hate losing more than I like winning, though.
Lose? I don't lose! I win! That's what I do! I
win.
No, it's like shaking from your voice.
That's so funny. I thought you touched it.
No.
Yeah, no, definitely hate losing more than I hate winning. But talk about some people who do win. Like, I'm going to dive into sports a little bit. So Tom Brady was probably like the most recent guy who retired recently who won a lot. He's definitely a psychopath, right? He's not like a tough guy by any means, but he would talk crap to any big offensive lineman or defensive tackle or defensive lineman who was coming to, break his ankles and stuff like that. So he had a mentality too that was like Kobe, where like he would just think of stuff that would piss him off. Like he would just like look for like any like little excuse just to like brainwash himself into like hating the other team. Like, like how in basketball a lot of these guys like someone will fall on the ground, like they're picking them up, they're helping them up, like they're slapping their butt after the game, they're talking. Like that's not Tom Brady. It's like we might be friends in the offseason, but that's literally it. Like the 16 or 17 weeks in football, like I do not like you. If you're not a New England Patriot, do not talk to me, or like I will curse you out. And like that's how I feel too a little bit. Like if you're not a Lexinite, dude, like get the hell out of here. Like we don't want you, don't want to see you. You're not on our level, right? And I'll use any little bit of fuel and fire that we might see in the headlines or LinkedIn post or like any little dig or dag that they might be doing because they're ultimately upset that we're so young and making more money and just pulling off greater things than them. And we just use that to just fuel you, and that's what Brady would do.
I'm gonna send you a video later going back to Kobe. It was about him and Pau Gasol. Very close friends in real life. Like he's looking after his daughter and everything.
Yeah.
Like they were tight.
Yeah.
Also, one of the only people he would pass the ball to.
Yeah,
he
he did
only
pass
really
to Pau.
trusted him.
Yeah.
And I think it was like the All-Star game, and Kobe was on the other team, and he ran straight through Pau Gasol.
I saw that.
Straight through.
I remember that.
And
I remember that.
And he was like on an interview talking about it, and he's like, we're best friends. On the court when we're on the same team, off the court when we're hanging out, but when I was on the other side of the team, he did not look at me as a human being.
Yeah.
He looked at me like food and just ran straight through me. And then stood over him and stared at him and walked away. Like,
yeah, us against the world, us against you. You know what I mean? Our team versus yours. You're not on my team.
Yeah.
Screw you.
yeah.
Man, I miss playing football back in high school. Football and
Football
wrestling.
was fun.
Honestly, lacrosse was real fun because you could just destroy.
Sports are
Rough
important.
kids.
I've actually noticed a lot in like high performance individuals seem to always play sports growing up, just because like it gives you like that competitive aspect. Like I attest like a lot of my like just competitive edge and mentality to sports because like I would even hate losing in a race to someone.
Yeah.
Because like bro, like I don't know, I'm just so super competitive. Like I just look at a kid, I'm like, he can even be on my team. Like at that point, I'm like, screw you. You know what I mean? Like I'm not letting you beat me in a race again. Like I'm gonna keep running and running and running and running and running until I'm faster than you. I don't know. It just gets to me. It's like you're not better than me. Like no one's better than me. Yeah. I'm gonna be better than you. I'm gonna run faster than you. I'm gonna be a gazelle. We'll run faster than Bambi.
Freaking antelope.
She didn't make it, out the woods.
Sheesh.
I've actually never seen
I would have.
R.I.P. Bambi's mom.
never
R.I.P.
seen that
Bambi.
movie.
Oh yeah, it's Bambi's mom.
Yeah, no,
Bambi made
Bambi
it.
was Gucci.
Bambi made it.
Yes.
Did Bambi get shot at the end of the movie too?
Where's T?
Look
Fact
that up.
check,
Look
yeah.
that up.
Remy,
Fact check that.
put the answer here.
That's okay. It doesn't matter.
Mufasa didn't make
It
it.
doesn't matter. Disney movies are
Mufasa didn't
irrelevant
make it.
nowadays anyway.
Nah.
They're too woke.
They're
We
not
need
life
we need
lessons
more
anymore.
dying animals
I'm definitely
in
gonna
our
be a
kids'
Disney
movies.
adult.
We do.
It teaches
It
lessons.
teaches them about loss and triumph after loss.
Losing's important to like learn as a kid though too. Losing a game. I don't know. I just think
It
stuff like
is.
that's important. Like to get beat by like somebody, like especially like wrestling. Like because I played wrestling first season and I lost a match once and like dude like. That hurts because it's not even like baseball.
Just
Like there's
you.
9 people on it. You know what I mean? It's like
you.
we lost as a team. Yeah, you lost.
That's it.
So it's like that man was better than me as a man, and I lost. So it's like, dude, like that shit would like just sit with me. It's like, dude, never again.
No.
Never again.
I used to do taekwondo. I got basically put to sleep by a kick to my jaw, and I sat there for the whole night just like just pissed, pissed off.
Yeah.
Face hurt. I was asleep for a couple seconds. I was not pleased.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
In a combat sport, losing.
We built this.
Especially
won a
wrestling,
wrestling
dude.
tournament.
Wrestling was so frustrating because like you're being constricted, and it's just like, oh, and like I don't know, like you guys probably have noticed, I don't like being touched. Like even my birthday, like I would like they like set me up to like not see what was going on, and like whenever someone asked me a stupid question as like a prop to like get me to go over there, and I got so tight, and Frankie went to go grab my shoulders to turn me around, I was like, don't touch me. Like. Oh, dude, I hate it. I hate that. So, like, when I did wrestling, and, like, dude, it would make me freak out. Like, I very heavily dislike being touched and constricted. Like, My brother used to put me in like full Nelsons, and I would freak
God bless
out.
your future wife, Tom.
I hate you,
Freak
Joe.
out.
She
Well, that's
can't
different.
I know. I'm just kidding.
I agreed.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
agree.
Joe, you're a horrible guy.
Oh, we're back on it.
Joe who?
My
Joe.
brother.
Yeah, you
Joe,
put him in a full Nelson, I'll put
Go
you down
F yourself, Joe.
Yourself.
Kick
there. I
rocks,
hope you're
kid.
watching this, Joe.
Fucking scrub.
And then I hope your phone
Loser.
dies.
Loser. Probably can't eat an ice cream cone either.
Schmuck.
Probably can't ride a bicycle.
Probably shoves
Go
that
ride a
whole cone
bicycle
down
with the
his
other
throat.
Joe.
I can't wait to buy your son a car when he turns 16 and you're a bum.
and
then
punch
crash
him, and
it.
then punch him in the nose. Because we know you weren't gonna do that.
your father couldn't do it.
Your father didn't have the gouillans, the brajol,
That's what I was going to say, but I laughed.
the pepperoni stick.
That's honestly like, it sounds so fucked up, but that's like one of my biggest whys. Like, I can't wait
No,
until
dude,
the day
that's
I
a
pull
good
up
why. It's
to
not
my
messed
older
up,
brother
dude.
in a GTR,
Yeah.
get out, had never met his son, and just hand his son car keys.
Dude, that's what you have
just
to
walk
do.
away. I
That's-
can't wait.
Yes,
Like, I
that's
can't
what
wait.
you have to do, bro.
Like walk home because you just gave the
That's
son the
important.
GTR.
No, I'll have my other GTR following behind me.
Nice.
A lot of successful people, like they think back to some bad thing that happened, and like that's what fueled them. Like Elon Musk, a good example for him because I read his book recently, is his father. His father drove him to just be as successful as humanly possible. Steve Jobs was being abandoned by his original family, and he always felt abandoned, so he always had to feel like he had to prove something, right? So like that's a good thing. I mean, some people, there's two things, dude. It's either you could like have let it, screwed you and been like, this is life, you're just taking it for what it is, or
Yeah.
you could grab it by the balls and like use that just to fuel you every day and think about it and use it to enrich and anger you, dude.
Yeah, it's been like a decade of me waking up like, man, my brother's a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, there's
wants
stuff
a
that I
son.
wake up to every morning. Dude, I make myself like get mad like sometimes. Dude. Like I
Yeah.
like getting mad, bro.
Yeah.
Because like real men can get mad and handle their emotions, right? If you're a man and you get mad and you can't handle your emotions, for one, you're not a real man. But men need to be able to handle their emotions, right? Like I say it all the time, good men need to have a bad side to them, right? They need to be able to pop off one day and do some bad shit because at the end of the day, there's a lot of bad people in the world.
Yeah.
So we need to be able to combat the bad. But we're still good.
Shout out JD Rockefeller.
Yeah. We're still good.
It's my boy.
And that's what a good man is. So in my opinion, if you don't have a bad side, I don't really trust you. You know what I mean? And for one, I don't really want you on my team because you're just going to get pushed over.
I agree.
Yeah.
In the mornings, I've been sitting here as the guys start rolling in, 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Everybody always comes in, usually shakes my hand. I just started going like this. I don't even look at them in the face anymore. Just give me a pound and piss off. I'm too busy right now. It's 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean honestly, that's like, there's like 2 points in the day where you'll find me most like in anger trance, and that's late at night and early in the morning, because I'm still recovering from
Sound
how
like my
angry I was
girlfriend.
that night when I wake up. Like I wake up, I'm just
Yeah.
pissed, and they're like, "When I'm about to go to sleep." Like sometimes that's the only reason I have trouble sleeping is because I'm sitting there just thinking about what pisses me off,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Fuck, dude, it's been like 2 hours. Like I gotta go. I gotta
Just
go."
stuck.
While
in a
we're on that
trance.
sleeping thing, good tip and remedy for all you non-sleepers out there who can't go to sleep. I have a great tip and example for you guys. This is what you're gonna do. You're sleeping at night, right? You can't go to sleep, right? You're moving over, you're flipping on the bed, right? You're gonna go and you're gonna fucking work out. You're gonna read a book. You're gonna watch a YouTube video. You're gonna perfect your craft. You're gonna get better until you're so tired that you just fall asleep.
So what you're saying is work
Yeah,
harder?
right. Yeah, work a little
Yeah,
harder.
work a little
and then
harder,
you'll
yeah.
be able to hit the bed and snooze at
Why
night.
haven't I ever thought of that?
Yeah.
This job has made me sleep.
Yeah.
Like I used to literally never sleep.
Yeah.
Like when I was working at like the Cheesecake Factory.
Dude, I can't believe I used to ever stay up and like flip over on my bed and stuff and be like, I can't sleep. Be one of those guys. It's like, dude, like I just sleep. I hit the bed. I could fall asleep in 5 minutes, 2 minutes.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, dude. I'm there.
One thing to
I love
correlate
my
in.
naps. I love my
The other
naps.
day you disappeared. I'm walking around the office looking for you everywhere. Can't find you for shit. And eventually I see you through the crack of the door. Like the door opens up this way. I saw you through the little crack that happens when it's fully open. I saw you and I was like, oh, that's where he is.
You need some power
Right on
naps
the couch.
sometimes. Sometimes you need some power.
I love like
naps.
the floor 5-minute naps.
Yeah,
those are
yeah.
nice.
Dude,
I'm
those
sure-
really
I'll be right back.
rejuvenate
Those are
you.
the best.
Just 5 minutes,
Those cat naps,
because
they
we're
do
always
it.
on go. We don't stop. Like we barely even eat lunch. So it's just like just to like sit there for 5 minutes and just do nothing, and then just get right back to it. Like that's good.
Do you
Rest
guys
is
have
good.
any bit of wind down when you finally get home?
That's my one problem is I don't really, or if I do, I'm an idiot. I'm just staying up too late because like That's my problem. is that
Winding down, winding back up.
I'm winding down for like an extra hour and a half. Like I'm just sitting in my car watching like a motivational video or a sales video or something like that, and then I'm looking like I was planning on going to sleep at 1 and now it's 2:30.
Yeah.
So like that's why I honestly I like just hitting the bed honestly when I get home nowadays. So
Get home, sit on the toilet, turn off the lights on my phone, the Bluetooth lights, turn them all the way down, lay down in bed. I throw on an episode of Yellowstone, turn on the sleep timer for 30 minutes. By the time I'm 10 minutes in, I'm out.
yeah, most people like to unwind, and I 100% wholeheartedly get that because I definitely do too.
My unwind is that.
But if you
like,
want to be as efficient as humanly
process.
possible, you don't unwind.
Yeah.
And
That's
like,
like-
I've been on like sprees of like a year of like not unwinding, like just the second I get home, it's just like just hit the bed.
My unwind
bed.
is a rewind. It's like
That's
so
what I'm
screwed
saying.
up. Like when I get home, like I'll be tired. Like I'll lay on the couch, I'll go, and then like I'll hop on the phone with the girl. I'll do whatever, like read my book, meditate, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, let's go again. It's like I want to go to bed.
That second win, the
Bro, I
third
get like
win.
4 wins throughout the day. You know, it's
Yeah.
like that one. Like I don't want it
Second win,
now.
I know.
Like I literally was just about to pass out in the car on the way home. Like let me go to bed.
I don't know. It's also just like hyper analyzing the day that just happened, like the events that happened, words that left my face that I could have said differently, situations that I could have been executed differently. It's just all like until I finally think about it to where I am currently at this point in time, and my head is where my feet are. Then it's, you know what I mean. I don't know. It's like a daily recap that I have.
I just need to turn off. I can't.
Do you think that's
about it.
bad to like sit there and think about?
No, you
the
should
day
always
that
you should
heavily?
always
Reflect.
recap your day. You
Okay.
should always reflect. I usually do that on the car ride home every day.
The
Yeah,
Stoics
you
preach it
definitely have
greatly.
to. It's important.
I love doing that on the car ride home because then you get home and you realize you didn't listen to any music and you don't even remember the green lights you went through.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn.
Oh,
I'm
screw
It's
me.
like I
I'm
drove here. Like oh
holy
shoot.
shit.
I love laying in bed when I'm closing my eyes are closed. I'm sleeping, and you have to think about something until you fall asleep and think about nothing. What I think about is what kind of problems can I solve because I want my brain to solve them while I'm sleeping.
Oh, I can't do that. The tiz kind of just starts hyper analyzing. I'm just laying there like, okay, if this, and I have a piece of paper next to my desk. I have a notebook. I'll just start drawing stuff out. And it's like, all right, now I rewind again.
Tech
Appio.
sales.
Dude, I
different types
go
of
to
people.
a mental coding
Two
frenzy,
different
bro.
types of people.
Like I just like start to do the webs come out. And it's like, all right, that goes there,
Wow.
that goes there. Then I'm like, shit. Now it's 3 a.m.
Well, what a wonderful episode 24. We covered a lot of things.
I think it's really funny. We didn't think this episode was going to go long, and we just
Yeah,
It just-
well, you know how we
Yeah,
are.
let's
make it
We do this
half
all the
hour.
time.
Yeah, this was a good one. This was a
We do this
good
all the
one. Winning's very important, obviously, but losing's very important too in life. Lexington Capital Holdings, best of LI winners, best website-based business on Long Island, best financial advisor on Long Island,
Next year, best boss.
best boss, best team, best company culture is definitely something that we should definitely
Yeah,
be
we definitely
winning.
should be
And we weren't even really on the awards like we should have. I know for a fact next year we're going to come back on this episode. We're going to win between 5 and 10 awards.
Oh,
So
yeah.
for a fact,
Not
we
even
might
just
even win
hitting
best sign. You know what I mean?
it's-
Look
Yeah,
at- look
if
at
they
that
have
thing.
that as an option,
Look
we
at
It's
can.
that
going to
thing.
be an option.
Yeah, if it's not, we'll get it on the ballot.
Yeah.
We got pull now.
We do.
We got pull.
True.
We definitely do.
So guys, signing out. Thank you so much for
Episode
watching.
24.
We
Thank you,
appreciate, love all of you.
Love you all.
Episode 24. You know what we do afterwards on these things?
Lex go Lex.